Hi, it's me, Clara, and this is Steffi.
Hi.
We are going to answer some questions that you guys have asked. Alright, let's go. How do we meet, Steph? At my house.
I saw you on the internet in Dakota's videos.
Is it the porn one or the meditation one?
It was the porn one. I saw Jason was hanging out with you at the
420.
Yeah, that.
They came to my house and we walked my dog near the river. Yeah. And I thought she was really cute. How to make / find / keep people in my life that are genuine and deep. How would you do that?
I'm not very good at that. You know the phrase, your vibe attracts your tribe?
That was just in my head as well. I thought that as well. Like if you maintain your vibe, so don't compromise it and don't sort of change for who you're with, I do feel like eventually it just sort of filters out who is not supposed to be there, right? Yeah. Major obstacle in female spirituality. Do you have any I would take that, or the way that I would answer that. If you get this, a lot of people are like, oh, you act all spiritual but you're wearing makeup.
Oh yeah.
So I believe that human bodies are like temples. So by decorating your physical body, I find that as a form of worship and
like your own little art piece.
Exactly.
And design yourself, decorate yourself however you want.
And I believe that like everyone has I just saw Jason's phone just angled towards us.
What's your password? I need to do something.
It's my birthday.
That's fine. I was like, what's Tim's birthday? He was like, I don't know. I was like, Charmer.
I had to Google it, but I got in.
Everyone has the essence of God or whatever, or whoever God is. Everyone is divine, and thus everyone is carrying divinity within them. So by decorating yourself, I find that a form of worship. And when you make offerings to gods,
what are these noises?
that literally sounds like a demon arriving. What is that sound?
Friday night party time.
Did you know they sacrifice dogs here? Some girl that I follow that's also living in Bali posted about it on her story. She saved a dog that they were going to sacrifice.
Just like the offerings that they do here. When you're giving an offering to the gods here, you make it look really pretty and you put it in a nice little banana leaf plate thing and you make it really beautiful because the gods like things that are pleasing to the senses and they like things that are sensually attractive. When you are giving an offering to the demons, they just throw it on the floor because the demons will eat anything. And so all throughout history, you'll find peoples who have used makeup and they decorate their forms because if we are the gods incarnate in different concentrations, then decorating yourself and taking care of yourself and doing nice things to your hair or getting like tattoos or whatever is a form of decorating your shrine.
Yeah, what she said. It's a lot of noises in the background.
I feel like it's like the soundtrack to this like a murder or something and the wind is like ominously blowing. How to motivate yourself past fear? Face it, yeah, feel it. Never ignore it. Because if you ignore it, it will just show up in your life in some horrible symbolic form that you'll think is outside of you, but it never is, eh? It never is. Advice for people who are afraid to fail in their careers.
You're gonna fail lots of the time, just
yeah.
But if you're really passionate about it, you'll keep trying and keep going until you stop failing. But failing is kind of how you learn things.
No one who's ever done really well at anything has just got there just like that. The people who succeed and don't fail long term are the people who don't give up when they fail. thing that should take the fear away is remembering that eventually we all end up in the same place. You can have a career, but then when you've reached the height of your career, it's like, now what? And when you die, you can't take your career with you. How did you manage to stay so well?
Such a
It feels better that way.
Go outside.
Yeah, go outside. Yeah, that's a really good answer. Wow. That noise. If you could share your superpowers with someone else, which would you share?
I have superpowers.
Of course you do. Everyone does. I guess something that you have that not many other people manage to attain would be seeing the beauty in everyone. I wish everyone was like that. I really do appreciate and love people. Even people that are, to a lot of people, really hard to see why anyone would love or appreciate them. I still love and appreciate them. I think that's a superpower because it makes my life a lot more beautiful. Finding balance between spiritual and material exploration. Everything is spiritual. Nothing and nobody is not spiritual, and nothing is not spiritual. Everyone gets this wrong and thinks that there is anything that a person can do that is not spiritual, but everything that everyone does is spiritual. Can traveling be hard?
Yeah. Sometimes you lose your card in an ATM.
We've both done that.
Sometimes the people you're traveling with and you don't get along, get lost, and can't find the vegan restaurant you're looking for.
Is that this trip by any chance? Do you like beards on men?
If they can grow beards.
Beardy Gonzalez on men.
I think if someone can grow a beard, they can't. I won't discriminate.
Yeah. I like both. Not bothered really. Have you ever meditated? Yeah, I have. Quite a lot. Does it help to beat depression and other issues? Yes. It's literally like the ultimate thing. What do you two have in common?
They both have noses.
Yeah.
They both have hair.
Both in Bali.
We both like curry.
This could be a long ass list. What's your favourite place you've ever been to?
Right here.
Right here. Copenhagen in Denmark. That's not just because I'm Danish. It's because year after year they come out on top in terms of the happiest country in the world and the most content people. Have you been to Denmark before? In Denmark, there's no like fanciness. Even if you're rich, you drive a normal car. They have this thing called hygge, and hygge is like, it's like a feeling rather than something you can really articulate. But it's like the feeling of being sat with your friends in like a cozy room when it's raining outside and you're like got like a fire on or something. That feeling of like connectedness, and they like have no phones out, and they really prioritize socializing, family. Hoog is also associated with like candles. You know how like nice a vibe in a room is when like candles lit?
Yeah.
Like that's Hoog. And so all Danes, like 95% of Danes or some ridiculous statistic like that, light candles every day. And so my mum, my whole life has always had candles every day. And so I, in my house, like if someone puts the main light on, I'm like, and I just have loads of candles. Best day of your life?
Today.
Mine was the first day I took LSD. I think she was like in a Disney film once, and she just like, look at my hand, look at my hand.
The first day I did LSD was a great day.
Yeah, it's
I didn't sleep for like 30 hours. I was running around to a hoop.
Oh my god, amazing! Is that not one of the best days of your life?
Yeah, it was great.
Forest or beach?
Beach.
Forest. Any interesting scars, maybe with funny stories?
I have a little scar on my thumb.
Oh my god, me too! Oh my god, look at that's hilarious.
When I was 4 years old, I
Wrong
discovered...
thumb, Jason. I love you with little thumb. That's so funny.
When I was 4 years old, I discovered razors for shaving, and I tried to shave my thumb, but I cut it, and I've had a scar there ever since.
This is from my mum's dog. I was trying to pick up the ball, and he went to get it, and got it at the same time. I've actually got so many scars on this hand.
I have 2 scars here from piercings.
Is that piercings?
Yeah.
Got one on my boob from my sister when I was really young, like stabbed me with a pencil. Mrigashira women, if they have their firstborn child out of wedlock, their child will have a bow-shaped scar on their forehead.
Did she have her first child out of wedlock?
And I've got the scar to prove it. How would you describe each other's energy?
I think you're very calm and soothing. You're very like motherly.
I feel like we're both like caretakery. Not like caretakers, like I mean, caretaker's like. How did the Mercury retrograde affect your life?
When was that?
That was just before we came out here and it ended about a week ago. When there's a Mercury retrograde, if you take a trip, that trip can go wrong and not how you expected it to. Stuff can get stolen.
Flowers can go got stolen.
Yeah. You can miss your flights.
You missed your flight.
Everything to do with communication just completely fails.
Story of my life. I don't know if that's just Mercury retrograde or my life as a whole.
Let me look at your birth chart with Mercury retrograde. How do you keep a positive mindset?
Be grateful for things. Like, look at the good things more than focusing on the bad things.
Yeah, and try to have any bad things make you appreciate the good things more.
I feel like the bad things aren't necessarily bad. Like you don't like them at the time, but everything teaches you something.
Oh, I would say that when the bad things are happening, if you try to not run away from being like, oh, it's a bad thing that's happening, if you try to just be like, yeah, this is it, but it's gonna pass, just like good things pass, bad things pass, and then good things pass, and it's always just mañana, tomorrow will be a new day. What is something that being a popular internet personality has taught you?
The internet's weird.
Isn't it?
It's a really strange thing when you meet people in real life and they know a lot about you and you don't know anything about them.
It's taught me that I can say from like meeting people who I once was like, wow, about everyone's just a person, like everyone is so normal, and like the internet and fame and all that kind of thing can make people look like they're superhuman, but really everyone's just such a normal person. None of it means anything because a lot of people aspire towards that as if it's like their life purpose, but I think if anything it brings more problems than good things.
But we're people just like the people watching, except we just happen to post ourselves online. Just humans that have no idea what they're doing, just like everyone else.
And we're just sharing it online. No questions, but I love you both. Love you too. Love you too, man. That's so nice. Weirdest thing that's ever happened to you?
Being born.
Perfect. That was so quick. Deja vu. That one fucking freaks me out. The weirdest thing, probably like when I feel like something's gonna happen when it happens. If you could keep one memory from your entire life. Oh, I'll cry if I think about that.
What's that even mean?
If you could only remember one thing and you passed on, what would you remember? It's kind of sad and beautiful question.
What curry tastes like?
I'm there, like getting so deep in my head. Mine would probably be the first time I like witnessed the spirit world, I'd say. Like it was just such like pure love and just like pure connectedness. I'll never forget that. I was crying for like 2 hours with happiness. That feeling. Oh, that feeling, just crying with happiness.
The
I love
first
that.
time I did mushrooms was like that.
Yeah.
Just like crying with happiness.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it tastes great.
On hallucinogenic crying, like the most like purging, like you come out like after like
I cry like every time I'm on mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Sounds Jason.
Yep.
Yep. Why did you split from the group? What happened with Flower? Okay, I'm going to take the stage for this one. So, basically, Steffi is the moon. We're going to go into astrological terms to explain this one because it actually explains it so perfectly. So, we have our group, right? Steffi is the moon. Flower is the sun. Jason is Saturn. Come in, Saturn.
Alright.
There's Saturn. Steffi is the moon. Flower is the sun. Jason is Saturn. I am kind of in this situation like a combination between Venus and Jupiter. And Kimmy is Mercury. Now, the two main events happening there are the sun and the moon. Like in the sky, right? The sun and the moon are two beautiful luminaries. And sometimes they come together. And when they come together, they make an eclipse. And everyone goes outside and everyone watches the eclipse. The eclipse is super beautiful and it's amazing and it's like, wow. But then they have to go apart again. And they drift apart because they are intrinsically different things. And it is as simple as that. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. And that's what happened. That's what happened.
It's a lot nicer than I could have ever put it.
Oh, oh, that's so cute.
I'm distracted.
So busy. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Some things come together because they're beautiful when they come together like an eclipse, but then they have to go apart again because they are different. And it's not that one is better than the other or that one is bad and one is good. It's literally not that. It's just a case of things being different. Right? Yeah. What animal would you want to be in your next life?
Penguin.
Okay, so again, sorry, it's me, so obviously I make everything into astrology or I will explode.
Penguin.
Oh my god, that's so adorable. Me and Steffi, her ascendant nakshatra is one called Dhanishta, which is the female lion, and my moon's nakshatra, which is one called Purva Bhadrapada, and it's the male lion, and this would be my lady wife lion. I felt we really got the hair for it.
Oh yeah.
How do you handle your period when you travel?
You do it the same way you do when you're not traveling.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the
I
same.
don't understand the question.
It's nicer to be bloated and hungry abroad.
Your tampons up your faces.
I'm scared of tampons.
Yeah, me too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Or do you have pads?
Yeah.
Then why are you scared of them?
Because I don't want to put anything up there if it scares me.
I do. Where's it gonna go?
No. It's gonna get lost.
Oh no, I'm about that life. Do you know what the best things are? But again, it involves putting something up you. Are those little cups?
I tried that and it got lost.
Where did you find it?
That's why I'm traumatized.
Maybe this is really weird, but I use the blood after to like paint. Is that weird? Probably quite weird, isn't it? But I used it after to paint, and it was epic and actually one of my best paintings. Period blood is what grows human life. It's such a powerful substance and we just flush it down the toilet. Like, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel, and I especially felt in that time when I was drawing and I was creating with it, that I was, Jesus Christ, look at that fucking thing.
He's just doing his thing.
It's a hornet, but I mean it's more like a fucking plane. It's so big. What are your thoughts on conspiracy theories? They're real.
Some of them.
Yeah, a lot of
I
them.
think there's a lot of stupid ones out there that make people kind of...
They're intentionally put out there to discredit the real ones. Yeah. Are we in a simulation? I feel like we're in a simulation, like your dreams are a simulation. You create like a natural, organic simulation. I feel that's what this is. Is Clara expecting? You cheeky fuck. Right? Yes.
We are.
Yes.
It's both of ours.
I was like, you cheeky fuck, what am I dead? But yeah, we're expecting. When's it due?
Next week.
Next week, yeah. There you go. There it is. What do you think about KRS channel? I love Kapil Raj.
What is that?
It's an astrology channel.
Okay.
He's like the hype man of astrology. I love him. I love his energy. I love his confidence. What he's doing for astrology is fantastic. Kapil, I appreciate you. I appreciate all astrologers, to be fair. Some of my favourite ones are Eve Mendoza. She is by far the most incredible thing that's ever happened to astrology as far as I'm concerned. I've learned so much from this woman. I love Victor Kara. He is amazing. His knowledge of the scriptures and like the videos that he's currently doing on the nakshatras, watch them. Revolutionary. As above, so below. What does this mean to you girls?
This doesn't make sense in my brain.
I love you. Okay, as above, so below is what Baphomet is doing with his hands when he's like that, the goat god. And Baphomet is the god of the nakshatra, Purva Bhadrapada. And in the West, we think that's like, oh my god, that's Satan. But it's not, it's really not. It's actually Shiva. It's the one-legged form of Rudra. But in the West, we're like pussies, so we're like, oh, it's scary. Or actually, we just don't understand the divinity in destruction and the divinity in, you know, death and all that kind of stuff. So we run away from it, like it's something to be scared of, but it's not. Do you think casual sex is okay, or should you wait until you're in a serious relationship?
It's up to you.
Exactly, yeah. I think you do exactly what you want to do, and it's what happens next. That's on you, boo boo. Why are you such goddesses?
I think they're talking about you.
I think they're talking about everyone, because everyone. Why are you? Okay, this is the last one. It's not a question, but I wish you the happiest of days today. You're a beautiful soul with so much to share. Oh, there's one more. Oh, thank you, and yes.
Thanks.
Alright, most fundamental belief. Do you have one?
I don't even know what fundamental means.
It means like your most like solid core belief. So like the thing that you're like, I'm not moving on this one.
I have a lot of those.
Hitler's a girl.
Yeah, Jason keeps saying this. It's pretty out there. Hitler's a girl. You knew Hitler's mum was called Clara with a K.
Hitler's mom.
Maybe.
I grew up and then just like Hitler.
Okay, I think that's a good time to stop.
Thank you for tuning in.
I'm sure you are already, but if not, subscribe to Stephi Lee because she's literally incredible. I'll catch you guys again and stuff. I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great life.
Oh my god, so good.